Right? Yeah. All right, sit however you like. I'm going to take Virasana. I'm going to use the block. You want to start that way? All fine. However you are. Welcome yourself to your practice. Just take a few moments. Sit with your breath. Welcome yourself to your sacred space. And the sacred space that you're in. And then dropping into your cavern of you. The story of Aladdin, the cave of wonders. He's entering into his own psyche, into his own, the cave of wonders resides within. Sure, and then I always think, the flying carpet is the breath. He's lifting you up and as you're ready, join the palms. Bow your chin. And before we Om from here, we'll inhale, lengthen. Open your mouth and exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And inhaling from bowing your chin. Keep your hands as they are. Interlace your fingers, and as you inhale, sweep your arms up. And moving in whatever way feels nice here, just stretching and opening and creating a clear pathway. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, touch the earth. Inhale, turn the palms up, reach up. Join the palms, exhale, back down in front of the heart. Pause here for a full breath in. Full exhale out. Opposite, interlace your fingers. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Just exploring this side. Whatever feels nice. Inhale, press up. Exhale, sweep out. Touch the earth. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring the hands all the way down. Good. We're going to keep taking those hands down. Curl yourself in. Put your hands on the floor. Spread your fingers. And start to move here. Maybe it's a cat and a cow or a side to side. Shoulders. Just exploring. Then you change the position of your hands. So they could go out wider or forward. Moving your, well, I guess we're going to have Aladdin references, but your cave of wonders with great wonder, curiosity. Okay, we'll just release here. And that could just be the head coming down. Maybe the hands stay where they are. If you want to bring yourself down, it's whatever would feel good right now. Just release into this forward fold. Let the head be heavy, whether it's resting on something or not. Just feeling your breath. From base all the way up. You might even experience the breath in the crown of your head. Following the pathway. Almost inviting yourself inwards. Reluctantly pressing yourself upright and stretching your legs out if you wish. Just being in this for a moment. Okay. Do a full rub. No surprise anymore. So you're welcome to stand up and do tennis ball as well. Just feel in. Wonderfulness of your foot. Okay. And weave fingers in between toes and just be very present. Spaces between your toes. All these parts that you're coming to know so intimately. Yeah. Oh, great. Just moving to your final few moments here. Okay. As you're ready. Pause. And then we'll switch. Same thing. Okay. I'm taking fingers here between toes. Okay. And just being there, releasing wherever you're at, pausing. Yes. Okay. All right, let's feel in. Okay, I'm going to set the socks aside. And we're going to set up for hands and knees. We're going to do some cat-cow. So, and I'm talking like very slowly because, you know, we did it the other day with your knees on the bolster. And if that is good for you, if you have some knee stuff, then go ahead and throw that in. Otherwise, I'm just going to come here. Yes. Start here. Oh, I'm starting with some hard push-ups. As soon as I get down, the arms stay straight. Moving the heart and the shoulders. I can feel as I do this for myself, I'm just going to accentuate it, that I tend to drop here. So just drawing the sides of the waist in. The toes are tucked under to open the feet. Good. Okay. I said cat-cow, but now I'm like, wait, let's just move a little bit forward and back. In whatever way feels good, you know, we're going to get some rest here. You might turn your hands out a little bit, or you might even play with turning them in. Just see, what's the medicine you need? Oh, yeah. Okay. That feels nice. Let me do one more. And then we'll come to whatever you feel center is, and tops of the feet on the floor, toes tucked under. Just move yourself through cat-cow. So we're going to move into a Chinook, and I get affected by the weather change. I can feel pressure in the head. If you also have that, and I know a lot of you are local or native Calgarians, and maybe you don't experience that, but just moving the head here consciously, so we're relieving pressure, dropping the head and lifting, moving your eyes as well. And Cave of Wonders. Now it's just oscillating. We'll take a little break. You're welcome to sit, or if you want to just take the hips back into child's pose here, and just pause for a few moments. Let's give the wrists a little break. I'm just going to bend the elbows and roll the hands around in circles here. Okay, so we're going to come back, hands and knees, and we're going to do belly rolls. And if your wrists are tender, maybe you do it on your forearms. I'm going to try it there as far as I get that. Yeah, it totally works. Okay, so whichever one. Here, we're going to release the belly down, lift the head, and then just roll this. We're going to hold all of the jewels. Moving around in a nice circle, letting the head move free, the shoulders. If you feel you want to take it forward and back, maybe you make this a little bit longer. Try and find the coordination to do it all. And then we'll reverse anytime now. Circle in the opposite direction. Using your abdominals a little bit as you lift up. Think of it as massaging the insides. That's your breath. Good. Okay. Oh yeah, let's do maybe one or two more. And then I just like to do one direction and switch again, kind of feel it out. And then we're going to come back, maybe child's pose or sitting, whatever works. Just take a few moments again. Maybe we roll the wrists around if they need a little bit of release. Good. Okay. Take one nice big breath in. Inside out. Okay. Come forward into a bent knee lunge. If you want your blocks, you take a moment and grab them. Yeah. I'm kind of walking the knees back. Okay, I'm going to take the right foot forward. I'm going to be creative about it. So we'll bring the knees to touch, the feet to touch. Hang out here for a moment. And then I'll shift the weight onto the left knee. I'm going to open the right knee out to the side like a dog making a pee. And then sweep it around. You might have to lift your right hand up just to take it out. Yeah, okay. So this is a very familiar thing. I'm just going to move this block a little forward and back. Generally, I say let's lift the foot up off the floor. Let's do like, did you come back? Maybe you keep the foot anchored to the floor, and then the next time you can lift. Just do that a few times. So you're just moving here. You patted up your knee. Let's let the head also move. Just this idea of keeping, I don't know if it, does it really equalize the pressure, but it's never a bad thing. Just moving your head. You also are brain gymming into how your foot is moving. One more moment here, and then bring yourself into the lunge. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to squeeze the thighs together, take the belly in. See if you can come up. Maybe it's just you come up this way, or maybe you sweep your arms back and we'll reach up to the sky. And reach, reach, reach. And then as you exhale, maybe you start to come forward, but about bending the knee. Think about keeping that left thigh is pushing back. Maybe there's a crescent and you can look up, but there's a balance challenge. Okay, release your hands to the floor. Good. All right, I'm going to take pyramid pose. So that's where we straighten both legs. If you have blocks, and if you don't have blocks and you need them, you grab them. You could also do this with your chair. Let's say that. So your hands could be on your chair. Okay, I'm rocking the hips side to side a little bit. Maybe I'm going to bend the knees one at a time. Just find some movement here with the feet planted. Just explore. So maybe one knee bends in the other a few times. Hips can sway a few times. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to anchor into the feet, push the hands, lift up. I know I lift this left hip. I'm going to drop it. So there's me lifting the hip, drop it. Okay, breathe. All right, so yesterday and Sunday we played with Ardha Chandrasana. I'm going to take this right foot now and just step it back about halfway and lift the left leg up. Just see, nice, strong in the legs. I'm going to walk my blocks forward a little bit. Maybe I'll play with the balance of taking the left arm up, whatever happens. You're strong in your legs. One more breath. And then we'll take hands down, foot down, and come to forward fold. So I'll walk the feet apart a little bit. And then fold. You can keep your hands on the blocks and come to the floor. Grab opposite elbows if you like. Wherever you're here, again, head below the heart, eyes soft, breathing. Aware of, where's your weight in your feet? Just the heels, fronts of the feet, and balance it. Okay, from here, I'm just move into a downward dog. So plant the hands, step back, breathe here. Let the head drop, strong through your arms, and lift the heart to the back of the heart. Press your thighs back. And then we're going to lower down. We're going to rest for a few minutes. And that could be child's pose, that could be sitting. Whatever you feel. Here we are. Breathing. And then, however you are here, child's pose or sitting, can you expand the cave of wonders? And that's how we creating light to explore. One more moment. We're going to find our way back to hands and knees. I'm going to bring these blocks back in. Put them on your second height. And then the knees are going to come right together. Tuck the toes under. Yeah. Now shift the weight to the right side and take the left knee out. Boop. And then we're just going to sweep it around. However it gets there, you just find your creative. So you're here. And then once we're here, just going to rock front to back. I'm going to do that same thing with the foot. So one time it stays anchored. And one time I'm going to lift it and be on the heel. And whatever's happening here, which is now, we're also moving the head, the eyes, the hips, the breath, the knee. A lot of things to coordinate. I'm just enjoying this simple act of this. Yes. Okay, I'm going to do one more with the foot planted and one more with the foot lifted. And we're going to plant the foot and we're going to take it up. So squeeze the thighs. And then you decide, wherever your hands need to go, on the hips, on the thigh, maybe they reach up. You take your belly in, you lengthen. Inhale, and then keep that right thigh pushing back, thinking about it as I come forward by bending the knee, left knee. Maybe you can look up, stretch your fingers, feel you're wobbly, and release your hands. Okay, we're going to come to the pyramid pose. So I can walk the blocks back and lift up, adjust your stance so you feel. Maybe you might walk the left foot out to the left and the right foot out to the right. And we're just going to explore movement here. So maybe the blocks need to come up higher. You need to bend your knees. And then just start to shift your hips side to side a few times. And we'll also bend one knee and the other. Just enjoying. Yeah, beautiful. Oh. It's times like this I wake up and the snow as it is and everything. I'm very grateful that there's nowhere to go. And then I wish, sometimes it's so nice to kind of see us all doing our thing. Okay, it's going to rock the hips side to side. And it's kind of glorious. And then anchor your feet. Be here. And then you start to bow down. I don't know if we did that on the other side. But I'm going to do it here. Your eyes are soft. Okay, we're going to play with Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon pose is translated. I'm just going to step that left foot back quite a bit. Feel it anchored, both hands on blocks, all good. Lift the right leg up. So just be in the extension. How can I open up space inside and be strong and connected and play with balance in whatever way it happens. Give glory. Take one more moment, or if you're done, you're done. And we're just going to move into forward fold from here. So take your time. Find a comfortable distance for your feet and drop into your forward fold. Good. Okay. What we did on this version in class on Sunday, I'm going to take the left hand and grab hold of the outer right shin, and then cross the right arm on top, grab hold of the outer left shin, and I'm going to use the hands to pull the shins towards each other, and the shins are going to resist. They're going to push into the hands. You might feel an opening all the way into the base. Go back. And then release your hands, maybe to the floor. Let's do a half forward fold. Just lift your head, your eyes, your heart, and exhale and fold. Now I've walked my hands forward quite a bit. I'm just going to do that maybe 3 times. Move halfway, whatever it is, even rocking onto the toes as you inhale, look up. And exhale, take it back. Good. Okay, downward facing dog. Let your head go here. You can always put your knees on the floor. It's a version. Get the head a version, not a version. Interesting. Okay, one more breath. And drop down onto the knees. Sit or child's pose, whichever one. Really extending the arms here. I'm going to walk them as far forward as I can. With the head coming in. And just dropping into your breath. Let that be an expansive breath. Opening up. One more full breath in. Breathe out. I'm just going to walk the hands back and come up. And our next pose is going to be pigeon. So I just tell you that right now. So if you want to take, let's see, we'll take the left leg first. So if you want to have your bolster beside you, you could have that set up. And I'm going to keep this blanket exactly as it is. Okay, so once you're there, come to hands and knees. Just walking the knees back. You're going to bring the left knee forward, turn it out, and bring, then I walk the right leg back, and you find your pigeon. So if you need the bolster to support the hip, it's right there. You just walk it underneath. Okay. All right, I'm going to rock side to side here a few times. Okay. And then as you're ready, friends, you just walk yourself out. We do have our blocks here. If you want to use a block for underneath your forehead. You still have the right toes tucked under. I'm going to press out through the right heel. Just extend that leg a little bit. Wiggle in. And then you can put the top of the foot down if you prefer, or keep the toes tucked under. And we'll just breathe here. And this is like, we're just a place of deep exploration. Looking, maybe that the lamp we're looking for is these places you can feel into. So, feel free to rock a little bit too here if you need to shake something out within the pose. taking one more breath. And turn it into a twist. So you'll bring yourself up onto your forearms. And the right forearm is going to turn. The left hand is coming to the left thigh. I'm just going to push in, turn. Maybe we floss it a little bit. Moving that left shoulder. Oh, look at this nice access we have to the left shoulder and the left wrist. Just whatever works here, just feeling, let the head be free. Maybe it's turning side to side. You do one more little floss, using the right hand as well, just anchoring into the floor. And then next time you come up into the twist, we'll hang out here. I'm going to take this left hand and just press that left thigh a little bit. Good, nice. Okay, a release. I'm going to walk up and we're just going to come to sit. So you pull that bolster out, sweep the right leg around, and then it's cross-legged, or maybe you want to cross right knee over left knee. Whatever, just take a few moments in the repose. Great release. Maybe you can remember the first time you ever did pigeon, as I did, and I remember thinking, I can do that? Like, I didn't even think that was a possibility. I loved it. Okay. We'll take a moment here, and then we're just going to come into forward fold. If your legs are crossed or they're knee over knee, just walk your hands, and we're going to really let the head go. So you have your blocks if you need them. Maybe you want to floss a little bit, just rocking in the shape. Just releasing here. And automatically, I just kind of pull my belly and tuck back, pull the chin in. And I'm just resting the forehead on the knee. Just share that. And wherever your forehead is resting, bring your inner gaze to your third eye. Let the eyes really drop. Feel your expansive breath. And then smile. It's almost like from the cave of wonders where joy lives. We let it bubble up. It's a joyous, simple movement. Simple time for you to start to press yourself up. Okay, I'm going to open the legs wide for a moment just to do a little bit of moving here. Okay, I'm going to interlace a stand up. This is our, just standing up, no hands. So if you're here with me, okay, I'm going to sweep both knees over to the other side. Use your hands or not. Pop up on your knees. Okay, I'm going to take the left foot forward. Yesterday we did it with the right first. And really pop that right foot. Your hands can come on your hips. I've lifted mine in the air. Come on up. Stand. Feel. And take the right foot back on the top of the foot. Use it. Wibble, wobble. Okay. And then sit. If that works, you can always pop your hips over other side. Okay, from here, we're going to come to hands and knees. Maybe a little forward and back as we work those wrists and everything. If you use the bolster for your pigeon, just also grab it and pull it over to the other side. Okay, and from here, just take the right knee forward, turn the foot out. Foot can go flat. You might need to flex your toes, like if you have knee stuff. I walk the left leg back. I'm going to come to just, we are all going to come to this rocking here. Row, row, row your boat, literally. Moving from side to side, and let the shoulders move and the head move. And good. Okay. Keep rocking for as long as it feels so good. And when you're ready, you'll pour yourself into your pose. Head resting on the floor, on the block, on your hands. And left toes are still tucked under. I'm going to push out through the heel. Maybe the leg lifts just for space. And then we'll bring the top foot down, top of the left foot down. Release your jaw. Rest your eyes. And just exploring your own inner world. Notice for yourself, friends, like, are you holding extra tension in the shoulders? Maybe you need to prop yourself up, or you can let it go. The back of the heart. All of those two actions are going to, elicit something in the hips, and something in your outer thigh. You spread out in the pose, in the confines of the body as it is. And then we'll come up to that twist side. So I'm just going to plant the left hand, right hand's coming to the right thigh, and I'm just going to move here. This very constricted place. Let the shoulder move, and the head is turning in a way that is okay. The eyes are moving. Maybe they're moving from all the way to look at one side and the other. Okay, maybe one more. And then we're going to settle into the twist. Now, using the right hand to massage this right thigh a little bit here. Okay. I'm going to come out. It's going to roll onto the right hip. Take the bolster out. Sweep the leg around, and it's cross-legged, or if you want to go knee over knee, whatever the body is open to today. You take a few moments here in the sit and the repose. And as you're ready, just bring yourself into, maybe it's a little bit of a forward fold, moving forward and back or side to side, inviting yourself in very lovingly. Have your blocks too if you want to use that. Let's maybe tuck in, let the head go a little bit more. And the breath moves. Jaw soft, eyes soft, inner gaze. Maybe it's resting at the third eye space at the forehead. Maybe you can bring it to the center of the brain a little bit. If you could look up through the crown of your head. Just allowing yourself to drop in. Reluctantly walk the hands back, and we're going to come out of this and just stretch the legs out. You can even lean back on your hands if you like. Whatever you need to do, just be here. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring in the bolster. And then we're going to start in supported, again, it's just about, I'm just about moving the head. So supported Setu Bandha. So that's where we put the bolster in the middle. We use this blanket to support the head and the shoulders. And then we'll put these two blocks at the back for your feet. Any height, it's just a matter of getting the legs as high as the heart. So I just put them on the lowest height. I'm going to put a blanket over top just for lovingness. And if you want to put your socks on or anything else. Okay, so I said this in class the other day about, using a blanket to hold the legs. So if you don't need to have one. It's kind of nice. I'm going to put this thin blanket over here. I'm just going to put it on top of the bolster. So any blanket you have will work. A nice cozy one works. And okay, I'm just looking at all my other stuff. Oh, I have heating pad. Yay. Okay, pull that. I'm going to put that here. Okay, then I'm going to sit on the center of the bolster. And the feet, eventually the heels are going to hit, but so they're a little bit further away. Okay, we lie down. Oh, okay. I can feel the bolster needs to come up a little bit. So I'm going to bend my knees, lift the hips, and just pull it up. So maybe it hits bottom ribs. You know, back of the heart, shoulders are on the floor, head's on the floor. Now I reach, I'm going to find this blanket I have and just wrap it around the legs. I just lifted my legs up, give it a nice little wrap, and then I can just relax. Take your time. Okay, if it's too much with the head dropping back, you know, if you have some vertigo stuff, use your blanket to create a little head lift. So just roll the outer corners in and just smush them in. So if you need a little bit of head lift. If you're okay with your head dropping, you know, lengthening through the back of the neck, sides of the head, backs of the shoulders. Okay, and then know that you can move that bolster down if it feels not in a good place or it's too much for your back. And we're just going to rest here. We'll let gravity do the work. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few moments to settle in. Make any adjustments you need. Inviting yourself to rest and receive. And as you start to drop in, we're just going to play with the breath. So we get this nice, you know, wherever you feel the breath originating, maybe it's way down. Maybe it's in the center of you. Maybe it's for, you know, top and bottom, or you feel it climbing the staircase and releasing. Just notice. How do you feel your breath? Is it originating in the center and radiating up and down like an hourglass, or is it a staircase? Softening the muscles of your face, your forehead, your eyes. And let the pathway of the breath that you're following start to soften and rest. You're just observing. Maybe the breath starts to get smaller and smaller until it's just shallow pool. Very gentle expansion and contraction. Too much with the legs straight, you can always bend your knees and put the feet on the floor, either side of the bolster. Knees can come together. Just receiving this position of the head, heart below the legs higher than the heart. Shifting of energy and energetics in the body. Then we're going to stay here and just bring the breath back. I'm going to take the arms overhead. That works for you to do that. And start to again just stretch the breath. Maybe fill the heart space a little more. And you might even feel this expansion in the lower part of your body. Staircase or an hourglass. However you feel it today. Okay. Bend the knees if your legs are straight. Set the feet on the floor. Okay, I want the bolster to be at the sacrum, so I have to lift my hips and just shift it down a little bit. You might be there already. Okay, I'm going to put the feet on the bolster. And then we're going to be here. Maybe you start to introduce a little bit of cat-cow. Just kind of start to move your hips up and down. Almost rolling over the bolster. The way that feels good. Use your feet. Okay. And then I'm going to bring the knees into the chest. Lift the head, lengthen, put the head back down. And just to stretch the low back a little bit. So if this works for you, great. If you take the bolster out or move it, it is a bit of a help. It's just supporting the low back. Maybe you feel it like at the top of your sacrum. Anywhere you got it that is good is good. Just melt yourself in here. Very soft eyes. Soften, anything you can in the glutes, outer thighs. Okay, I'm going to lower the feet back down to the floor. I'm going to pick the hips up and move the bolster out over to the right side. So it's just right on just on the side. We're going to go into twist. You might not even need the bolster, but if you like it, it's there. I'm going to bring the knees in first. Just rock them in and out a few times. And we'll drop the knees over to the right side. The arms can open up to the side. And you can find some movement here if you like. And maybe the knees are on the bolster. You can always pop the bolster in between the knees. That might feel awesome. If your knees are always apart, see what would feel good. I'm going to pick my head up and turn to the left. And this is the pose. So we're here. And breathe. And just bring your awareness back to this movement of the breath. And the opening of the mouth, which is the entrance to the Cave of Wonders. Literally, you see the movie, it's a lion's head as he walks into the mouth, down the gullet, into the, yes. You don't have to have your mouth open, just soften your jaw, let the tongue rest. And you're feeling maybe the magic carpet moving up and down. If you watch this movie later. And just really descend within yourself for the next few breaths. Let that, whatever you're holding, really drop in, drop in, drop in. We're going to prepare for the second side. So I have the bolster between the knees. I'm just going to squeeze the bolster, bring it up, hug the knees into the chest, and just move to the second side from there. So, but do what you got to do. You bring the bolster across, find it. Take some time to just feel, how can I set myself up for the ultimate gloriousness in this? I'm going to lift the head again, just the chin to chest, lengthening the back of the neck. And turn the head to the right, drop it down. Breathing. Softening. When I say soften your jaw, if it's helpful, if you're a clencher, use your hands and just bring your awareness there, massage a little bit. If I say relax your forehead, you're like, I'm so tense. And just use your hands. Just offer yourself that. You need it. You're dropping in now to the deepest, darkest part of this. Anything we're holding. As I say that, I realize holding the back of my back a little bit. Let that go. Outer hip go. Belly go. Neck go. And then lovingly bring yourself out. I'm just going to leave the bolster there. We'll come up. Let's take windshield wiper side to side. Walk your feet as far apart as you need. Okay, I'm going to add the arms here. So I'm just going to walk the feet into a comfortable distance. They're still all wrapped up. So you're going to take, you're going to bring yourself over to the left side. So roll yourself over. Then take your right hand behind you. We're going to lie on it. So I'm just going to sneak these right fingers, palm down, over towards maybe the left side waist, and then roll back on top of this arm. Then once you're here, lift your hips, and you might use the left hand to just draw that right arm more underneath you. Okay, it might come out the side of the waist. You know the drill. It could move down. It could move up. You see how deep you can go. And I'm just walking my ribs over more to the right side. Set it up however you need to, so you feel like, there's an opening here. You're going to take the left hand and just massage into this right side. Just feel, what's happening. Side of the neck, massaging there. Anything you discover. Maybe the top of the shoulders a little tense, and just going to feel into that. Drop your jaw, your eyes. Massage for as long as you need to. Okay, the next step is to take the left arm above your head, and it could just extend straight out. When you bend at the elbow, lift the head, rest your head, maybe on the hand or the forearm or to the crook of the elbow. Okay, once you're here, smile and breathe. I'm going to start to move into the windshield wiper, just to, floss this area a little bit, using the arm pressure into the back, something. Soften your face, smile. If you want to drop over, maybe the knees want to drop over to the right, hang out there, and go there. That could be interesting. Or keep flossing, or just simply feel what you need. How can you rest into wellness here? Okay, one more full breath. Start to extricate yourself out. Maybe left arm first, hips lift, right arm comes out, and then wherever it is, you can stretch your legs out if you like. You still have those blocks there, should feel nice. That work its magic. Okay, and we'll do the second side. So bend your knees, feet to the floor. We'll roll ourselves over to the right. Take your left hand behind you, palm to the floor, roll yourself back. And then once you're back, lift your hips, use your right hand to gently draw left hand underneath you more. And then play with positioning, what would feel good for you. Up, down, straight out. Okay, once I'm here, I'm just going to shift my ribs over to the left side a little more. And then, rest for a few moments, feel. Notice your hips come off balance. You need to shift them a little bit, maybe to the right, maybe to the left. And I'm going to take the right hand over, and again, just explore, mush, feel any tightness, or side of your neck. Move anything here that is accessible. You're just going to give love and attention to. At the same time, you're dropping in, letting yourself rest onto your arm, onto your support. Okay, so you keep mushing, or if you're ready to take that right arm out and walk your feet out and come back to your windshield wiper. Just exploring. Maybe you move your feet down a little bit just to change the angle. Maybe that's a release and a relief. Maybe walk them in, be playfully curious. And then you might keep doing that, or rest your knees over to the left. And then the right arm can come up and alongside the ear. That might be perfect. Or lift your head, bend the arm, rest your head to that palm, open palm, and forearm, and crooked elbow. How can you, like a little obstacle course now for the breath, for your awareness and feeling into anything that's getting some benefit here. It's an open, stretch, soften. So you do your final exhale. Maybe it's a grateful extrication, or it's like, oh, I'm just getting in. And release your arms. Come to rest. If you need to hug your knees in and rock side to side. I'm going to take a happy baby. So just, that might be the knees wide, just rock them in and out. Maybe it's double lunge on your back. It's whatever feels good here. Just rock side to side and just massaging the back. So if you're holding your feet in a happy baby, just take in the massage up the back. The knees are in, it's a different place, all fine. Play with it. Maybe your hands are behind your thighs. Okay, friends, so we're going to move into Shavasana. Actually not going to do legs up the wall today. I'm just going to bring this bolster in and just set it so it's in a place to support the thighs. Stretch the legs out, and hopefully you're in a good place here. It feels good. Always add support for your head. Another blanket, eye pillow. Whatever you need to just simply be, rest into your own wellness, rest into your own wellness. Taking your time. Even as you get into it, you might be already settled and still. And then there's the internal time. Externally, you look like you're there, but internally, still be a lot that needs to happen. In the sense of resting the eyes, the jaw, your throat, your heart. Solar plexus, diaphragm, waist area, small or mid back, and your navel center. Your earth center, your pelvic floor, your security, your base, your safety center. Feeling into the heaviness in the right leg. Open sole of the right foot. The heaviness of your left leg. The open sole of your left foot. The heaviness of your right arm. The openness in your right hand. The heaviness of the left arm. The opening in the left arm. Feeling the heaviness of your whole body. The light and airiness you feel above you and within you. And resting into your wellness. Shavasana. Inviting yourself to the heaviest, darkest, most softened place you can. Staying here, my friend, for as long as you like. You are ready to come out. Let's start with the lengthening of your breath. The illuminating of your full self. Expansiveness. Taking your time as you journey. To the awakening. Eventually making your way to rest on your side for a few breaths. No rush, take your time. Once you do come up, sitting in a way that taking your yogi sit, one who has practiced, who has breathed, who has engaged with themselves. Just feeling into the energies around you that nothing's really changed and yet things feel different. And into that, join the palms together, hold your own heart, and bow your chin, honoring all that you hold within. Honoring everything that is at this moment. Into that, friends, as you inhale, lengthen yourself. Exhale this breath. Seal this practice with one Om. Inhale. Om. And breathe into your hands. Hold that breath there. Maybe you rest your forehead on your thumbs and you put in there whatever it is you need this time. And lifting your head and offering this prayer to yourself and out to each other. And so much love and gratitude and honoring joy for this day. Namaste. Yes, thank you. See you Thursday. Have a great rest of today. Yes, namaste, namaste. An honor to practice with you. Thank you. Bye, everyone.